Hi everyone, I'm Ericka Champion Wise, independent elite consultant with Paparazzi Accessories. Welcome back. Today's video has actually been much requested and I love it. I love it because you guys ask great questions, and so I'm really excited about today's video. Before we jump into that, you know the deal. Make sure you've subscribed, make sure you have the little notification bell turned on, and all of my videos are public and free for sharing with your sideline, your downline, your upline, your friend line. I don't care who they are. Everything is up for sharing. So do me a favor and share. Let your friends know about all this. So we're going to talk about VIP groups, sales groups. It is the definition of a VIP group is a closed group on Facebook that houses your customers. It is a group that you have to create on Facebook yourself. Creating groups is very easy. If you don't know how, Google how to create a group on Facebook. It's very simple, and it is a place where your customers stay. It's a place where you keep them, it's where you babysit them, it's where you sell to them, it's where you grow relationships with them. Why do we use VIP groups? It's a lot smaller. You know, there's bajillions, I don't even know if that's a real number, of people on Facebook. And sometimes, a lot of times, people get lost. People get lost around on Facebook, and you kind of forget sometimes. You know, I've got thousands of customers. I've been doing this for 5 years, so I've gained and lost a lot of customers. And so they get lost along the way. And my VIP group is where I have my core people, my core almost 2,000 people. My VIP group is 2,000, right around 2,000 people, and it is a swing and happening place. My VIP group is rocking at all times, and so I'm going to tell you how I do mine and why I always use my VIP group. It is my default for a lot of things except my lives. Now, hear me here. Okay, hear me as an elite consultant, as a 5-year veteran of paparazzi. Do your lives, unless you have literally like 7,000 people watching you at one time, and I mean at one time, not over time. Do all of your lives on your personal timeline. Remember that whole bajillion people on Facebook conversation? You get to see all of them versus just the 100 people that you have in your VIP group. Being on your personal timeline, being public, means that so many people can see you. So continue to do all of your lives on that timeline, okay? Don't go into your group. Hear me. Don't hear that Ericka said no, I didn't say that. You need to do all of your lives on your public personal timeline. Okay, so I do a lot of other things in my VIP group. This is where I spoil my customers. So the first thing, so I've got a list here, so I encourage you to take notes and write a list. First thing I do is I do giveaways almost exclusively in my VIP group. I do not do any giveaways, rarely ever do I do giveaways on my public timeline. I don't want, and this is just perfectly honest, I don't want just folks entering every giveaway. I want to do giveaways to spoil the people who help pay my bills. I want to do giveaways to the people who have supported my business from the beginning. I want to do giveaways to the people who love me and help me and have helped me for years. That's where I want to do my giveaways. And so I do them almost exclusively in my VIP group. That way I know it's just customers in there. I have a few consultants in my VIP group, but they're personal consultants who were customers and then signed up and became consultants. And so they can stay in there. That's not a big deal. But I don't allow every consultant on my team in my VIP. It is exclusive for my customers. And so I do my giveaways in there to really spoil my people. Now, what kind of giveaways do I do? It all varies, but I'm at the level now where I can give away jewelry just to give away jewelry. Over the weekend, Friday, I put up a post of, hey, I just want to give away some jewelry today. And I just said, just comment here with what you're up to this weekend. And that was it. And I just drew a random winner from all of those who commented. They didn't have to do anything. They didn't have to enter anything. They didn't have to add people, nothing. They just had to comment, and that was it. And it helps me in a few ways. One, I love giving things away, but two, it keeps the algorithm up in my group. And when people comment, they see my stuff again. And so I'm willing to give away a $2.75 piece of jewelry to keep my group moving along, to keep people talking to me. It's not a big deal. I put it in the next package that goes out. And again, I want my customers to have this versus just everybody and their mama on Facebook. So I do my giveaways almost exclusively in my VIP group. The next thing I do is I do a weekly album sale, and I have been doing weekly album sales in my VIP group for at least 4 years. When we were finally able to do album sales. You know, we weren't always able to do album sales, but I've been doing weekly on Mondays album sales in my VIP group for 4 years at least. My customers know. They tell their friends. When they add their friends, because my customers, I've trained them that, you know, if your friend comments, oh, what an awesome necklace, your first job is to get them in that group and tell them when the VIP sale is. And that's what they do, and they just do it automatically now. And they'll add their friends and tag them. Sarah, this is Ericka's group. This is where I got my $5 jewelry. She's got a Monday album sale. You got to shop it. Like, my customers know because I've been doing it for so long consistently. I've only missed probably 3 Mondays, and that was because I was on vacations ever in an album sale. So I do a weekly album sale come hell or high water. I'm going to continue doing that album sale. So that's a big deal. And that album sale is a VIP sale. It is absolutely a VIP sale. It is a first look sale. So I just got 2 boxes. They're sitting right here. I got 2 boxes of inventory that I'm not going to open until, well, I'll open them and check them, but they're not going to be sold until Monday in my VIP first look sale. That album sale is always the brand new stuff. I don't even show it on live before I show it to my customers in my VIP group. They know that being in that VIP gets them perks. They get to shop first, always. None of this inventory is going to go up on a live. It's going to go in my VIP album sale on Monday. But here's the catch. I've been doing that for years, faithfully. Even when I only sold 2 pieces in an album, I have been doing this consistently. And that is required. The third thing I do is I do customer shoutouts. So we love it in Paparazzi when people recognize us and people shout out our accomplishments and people tell us we do a good job. I do it for my customers too. I like being recognized, and so do most everyone else. And so if I'm scrolling through Facebook and I see that Melody has, today Melody, I know for example, had a checkup to be sure she was still in remission. And I will post, I already have, in my VIP, oh, congrats Melody, she survived her doctor's appointment, she's still in remission, you go girl, ready for a great weekend. Like, I will shout out my customers, and it's always just random, and it is literally as I'm just scrolling through Facebook and I see, oh my gosh, I hop over and I shout her out in my group, just like I would for my team. Why? We don't get enough recognition in our lives. And we surely don't get enough recognition for just surviving our lives. Some days we need like those adulting medals, you know, where I brush my teeth and I have on pants. Like, those are the days we need this. And our customers need that just as much as we do. And my job is to make them feel loved. And I truly enjoy doing that. And I've only been doing shout outs for maybe a year or so, and it has really changed my interaction with my customers. They know I care. They know that I know what's going on in their lives. They know that I pay attention. They know that they're not just a sale to me. They are my friends. And it has really changed our interactions, and it has hugely impacted my sales. I'm talking hugely impacted my sales. So I do those customer shout outs, and it's always completely random. So if you're asking, do I have a schedule? No, it's random. Don't worry so much about the schedule. Worry more about loving your people. The third thing I do, or the fourth thing, and this is unique to me, and I'm not telling you that you have to do this, but this is for me. I often do a prayer request feed. like a comment feed, and I do that a lot because I pray, I believe, and I am called to be an intercessor and a prayer warrior. And so I know that there are people in my life that may not feel comfortable sharing their public prayer request on their page, but in a private closed group, they might be more inclined with all of their friends. And so it's an opportunity again for them to know that they are loved, they are prayed for, they are cared for. They are so much more than a $5 piece of jewelry to me, and it endears us to one another. And along those lines, these are the ones I ask prayer of. When my life falls apart, that's where I go first. Because they're my support, they're my friends, they're my family. I have very few family that buy from me, but they're my chosen family. And so that's the fourth thing I do, is I do bring God into my VIP, and I make no bones about it. And I've only ever had one person complain, and I sent them a message and I said, if this isn't for you, you're welcome to leave the group. But you're also welcome to stay, providing you keep your mouth shut. And I know many of you will have a hard time with that directness. I have no hard time with that directness, like at all. I don't care. This is my business, and I'm a professional businesswoman, and I will run my group in my way. And she elected to stay, and she still stays, she still shops. And anytime there's something prayer related, I imagine she sees it, and I imagine she remembers my directness, that my group, my choice, my way, there's the door. And so if this is something you decide, understand that you have that ability to stand and say no. Okay? So pick up that on your own. Number 5 is right along in line with that. I do a lot of real life updates. I do a lot of updates on my regular timeline, but I do some in my VIP group too, because I am human. I'm absolutely human. My life happens. When I am sick, I tell my VIPs first. Guys, I'm sorry, I've caught the flu. Like last spring, I had the flu wicked bad, and I wasn't able to get their stuff out. And so I was straight and honest with them. I am sick as a dog. First of all, you don't really want me like coughing on your jewelry before it comes to you. I think the germs will survive the mail, and that kind of stuff. And so I give them real life updates, and I'm human. They are human. And being real with real people changes your interaction. I don't have to be anybody other than Ericka, and I like it that way. The 6th thing I do is I play games. I know a lot of people play games on their lives or at home parties and stuff. I really don't, simply because I want to just sell and get out. But I will play games with my customers. We will play those like purse games and those kind of things. I'll post memes or all of those like interaction posts that we all use. I do all of that in my VIP group. Why? Because I want that group rolling too. I want that group, which has its own algorithm. I want that group moving along, and I want my people talking to me, and I want people to see my stuff. And it's the same thing with, if someone comments on your things, you're going to pop up in their feed. Period. That's just how the Facebook robot works. And so I do all of that stuff in my group as well. I don't play a lot of games anymore. I used to play about one a month, just random silly stuff. And if I would give something away, I wanted to, I could. I didn't always have to. It was more just getting the interaction. So you can play those silly little like Facebook games in your VIP group. You don't have to. I don't do very much anymore. The 7th thing, and likely the most important thing that I do in my VIP, is I host 100% of my parties in there. I am an anomaly, and I'm okay with that. And if you're still watching the video at this point, you're here to learn something. I do my parties differently, and they are wildly successful. My party that I literally wrapped up at lunchtime today sold 77 pieces. I'm going to round it up because the hostess busted her butt and make it 80, so she gets 8 free pieces. And that's my hostess parties. Now, not everyone wants to do them that way. A lot of people want to do lives. I've chosen not to. I encourage you to try both ways, do them both ways, have a lot of fun. The more you do, the more you sell. Like, you can't go wrong. So try both ways. You don't have to do them this way, but I choose to do mine this way and I do all of my hostess parties album style in my VIP group. This is one of the ways I've grown my VIP group to be so large in such, just a few years. And it's a very active group because I interact immediately with all of the customers my hostess adds, and I talk with them and I make friends with them, and I build that relationship with them, just like I've taught you so many times. I actually do that. And so they become my friends and they learn who I am and I learn who they are. And so I do all of my hostess parties in my VIP group album sale style. You're going to ask me how many pieces. It is always random. It is always random. I just upload. I just go nuts and I just upload. Yesterday when I uploaded the album that just finished on today at lunch, it was 463 pieces. It is just a random number. It's just what I have in the files and just upload. That's it. That's it. I don't have a science to these things. And I think so often, so many of you want there to be a science so that you have control. Listen, sister, loosen up the control and just have a good time. Just be human. Just build relationships with people. Just love on people. And using a closed group like this is a great way to love on the people who love you and spend their money with you. Don't take for granted that though we have an affordable product, it's still expensive for some people. And some people buy in mass quantities and that becomes very expensive. So don't take that for granted that they're willing to spend their hard-earned money with you. Love them back. Why do I use my VIP? And why do I still do album sales? Why? I know you're going to ask me this. The first thing, I'm going to be very honest. Don't kick me out of the club. I don't shop live sales. Just being honest. This is my channel. I can say what I want to say. I don't shop live sales. I don't have time. I have a huge downline. I have big goals. I have a lot of things that I'm working on. I have a husband to spend time with. I don't have time to sit and watch live sales. I don't. But when I buy like LuLaRoe or Agnes and Dora or any other thing, I shop by picture. All the time. I shop album sales myself. I am an album sale shopper, mostly because of a time factor. I'm a very busy person, and I'm not going to sit and watch your hour and a half, 2-hour live. It's not going to happen. I don't care what kind of cute stuff you have. It's not going to happen. And I attract people like me. And I have many customers like me who will never shop my lives. This is why I don't get upset when my live sales aren't the hottest. I don't worry about that because I know in myself, I'm not shopping a live, but I sure as heck am going to shop an album. I will drop some some money on a LuLaRoe album. Don't you worry about that. And so I still focus and I still have my VIP album and my hostess album every single week, and I sell some jewelry. My VIP sale on Monday, I sold 96 pieces. 96. And then my hostess, 77. So I don't stress when my lives aren't the hottest. And they still do good, but my albums are rolling. I know that. And so it is purely a time thing for me. And so think about the people in your life. If you are younger, a lot of your friends are younger too, and a lot of them have younger children. And let me just tell you, they ain't got time to be sitting and watching your lives either. They're trying to keep kids alive. Or, those kind of things. If it's an older population, sometimes they don't really know how live works, but they can shop a picture, just like shopping on a website. They can do that. And so think about those things. Maybe if your lives aren't doing so hot, albums are hot. Albums are easy. And they're really easy for me to upload. The hardest problem I have is making sure I have the jewelry in stock, and that you can solve. So I enjoy using my VIP for that. I also enjoy using my VIP as a community. I have a community in my VIP group, and it is a community in that we have rules and we have standards and we have mores, social mores, but in that we care for one another. And I have seen in the years that I've been doing this, relationships between strangers who were my customers become friends with one another. And I've seen those relationships develop, and it has been exciting. And I know that, again, my purpose is so much more than selling $5 jewelry, and this allows me to continue to live in my purpose. So my VIP is a very important place for me. Let me caution you though, I've had my group for 5 years. Okay? You've had yours for 5 minutes as compared. Don't compare your beginning story to my chapter 60. It's been 60 months, which is crazy for me. So don't compare that maybe your VIP is slow. Mine has not always been this good. Mine has not always been this good. I remember the days when my albums weren't selling anything. And that's why I still celebrate the big sales, because it's a big deal. So it takes time. It takes consistent work. It takes doing these few things every day. It takes that setting a schedule. If you're going to do a Tuesday VIP album, do a Tuesday VIP album, period. No ifs, ands, or buts. There's no option there. So these are my tricks. This is why my VIP is a work in place. This is why my VIP sells so much. This is why the people in my VIP feel very loved and very cared for, and they know it's a safe place to just be. So that's my 2 cents on it. I hope it helps you. I hope these are some really easy things that you can implement, and then go build your community and sell some jewelry.